Hey guys, today I want to talk about getting your packages and mail safe. One of the things about getting your mail safe over here is having a good mailman or good package delivery people. And that makes all the difference in the world sometimes. And sometimes it means just giving them a little bit of a tip every now and then, just to help them out, and make sure that they're going to knock on your door. A lot of these guys, what they'll do is when they have a package, they stand outside your door. And this happens to me a lot. I've had this happen a couple of times where they've sent packages back. And this happened to me about a year ago. A guy was delivering here, and he must have been standing outside. And they do this to me all the time. And sometimes I hear him and sometimes I don't. And the guy's standing outside the door going, Sir, you have a package. Sir, you have a package. And I can hardly hear the guy inside the house. A lot of times I'm inside listening to Radar Love from Golden Earring and my volume's all the way up or whatever, and that's what happens with a lot of people. They have their TV blasting or what have you, and these guys come up here. It reminds me of the movie The Warriors, where the guy's going, Warriors, come out and play. The guy's standing outside your door instead going, Sir, you have a package. Oh, sir. It's kind of stupid, because on my door, I have a little thing next to a button there that says, please ring doorbell. And they won't ring your doorbell when they deliver a pizza. They'll stand outside and say, Sir, your pizza's here. And they whisper it. They don't yell, they whisper. And it gets kind of annoying sometimes, and I wish people here that train these people, and if they even get trained, would tell people, knock on their door, knock loudly, or ring the doorbell if they have a doorbell. But these guys are, for some reason, people here, I don't know if it's a cultural thing, they're afraid of bothering people or whatever, but when you're delivering a package, you have to bother people. When you're delivering a pizza, you have to bother people. When you're delivering a letter, you have to bother people. You got to knock on the door, you got to ring that doorbell. But when you get packages also, a lot of people over here, and I'm one of the people, get packages COD. Okay, COD means it's cash on delivery. You got to pay for the package in order to get the package. And one of the things that happens is a lot of times you're not home, and what I did was I put a camera out there so I can at least talk to the guy. So what some people do is, because it'll tell you when somebody's at your door, you can set it to tell you, your phone will go off and make a sound or whatever you set it for, and it'll say, hey, it just lets you know that somebody's at your door. And that's great having that, because of the fact that at least you can talk to the guy, say, hey, come back tomorrow, whatever. But here's an idea that's even better than that, okay? What you do is you and I don't have this on my door yet because I'm home most of the time, or somebody's here for me. And you have like a little lockbox, a key lockbox. You can get them on Lazada, you can get them on Temu, you can get them on Amazon. They're little door lockboxes, and you can put your keys in there, okay? And you can screw it to your door. It's kind of nice, and you just put an easy code in there, and you can put like 500 pesos if the package is going to be 500 pesos, because you can usually go on Lazada and check what the package is going to cost or whatever, and just have it there. Put a little tip inside there, and you can leave a note you can either leave a note or train the guys, hey, this is the code, because most of the guys will not steal, and it's usually the same people doing the deliveries too. Or you can just tell them, you can leave a note on the door, call me, because it's easy to change the codes on these things. You can say, call me when you get to the door with your package, please. And you put your phone number, they call you up, and you say, hey, put in code 411 or whatever it is. Some of them have 3 digits, some of them have 4 digits. And the guy gets in there and he's paid, and then he can leave the package on your porch or hide it someplace behind a plant or something like that. That's the best way to do things. But also, here's another thing. This is for mail. Regular mail, a lot of times they hold it at the post office sometimes, and you don't get it for a while. And mail is atrocious here. It takes a long, long time to get here. I had a letter come from the United States. It took me 3 months to get a letter, and another one took me like 6 months to get the same letter. And what happens is, you need to go down to your local post office and tell them, say, hey, listen, my name's Steve Johnson. I live over at such and such or whatever, wherever you live. Or tell them, say, hey, listen, When a package comes or a letter comes, call me, and leave your number there. They have a little book there, at least in our town they do. And what they'll do is they'll have you put your name in there with your phone number, and you can also put your girlfriend's phone number or what have you. And then when a package comes, they call you, and you just go down and pick it up, and you get it a lot faster. Or you can tell them, you know, hey, is it possible for you to deliver that tomorrow or whatever? And, you know, if you owe any money on it or whatever, customs costs or whatever, you know, you can pay them the next day or whatever. Or you pay them that day if you go to pick it up. The best thing to do is always to pick up your stuff. It just makes it easier versus, you know, if they call you or whatever, that having them deliver it the next day. Just go pick it up. It just makes a lot more sense. It makes things a lot easier. I get a lot of mail from different companies and stuff like that, and it comes to my house, and there's always like 3 letters at once. And I think what they do is they wait till you get so much stuff before they deliver it. So tell them, say, even if there's 1 letter, call me, because I'm waiting for an important letter. And that way they know that you got something important coming. Sometimes I'll go down there and make a special trip down there and tell them, hey, look, I'm expecting a really important package. And I was expecting a package from Italy one time, and it was taking a phenomenally long time for that package to come. And when I won them, thank God I told them, because they finally called me and they said, hey, Steve, your package just came. And it was really slowed down for some reason. Maybe it was stuck in Manila or in customs or something like that. But for whatever reason, it sat someplace for months on end. And I noticed that a lot of my packages from the U.S. now, whether they come through DHL or whether they come through the post office, they're not taking like a week or 2 anymore. Sometimes some of the stuff used to take like a week or 2. Now it's taking like a month, you know, a month and a half to get packages or what have you. All mail here is slow. It's really super slow. Even if somebody overnights you some, or does the 3-day priority mail, 3-day priority is supposed to be like 3 days or 3 to 5 days for you to get it. It usually takes like a week and a half to 2 weeks for you to get it over here in the Philippines. Not quite sure why, but it does. Everything here is a little bit slower in the Philippines. And when you see these guys coming to your door, remind them, pound on my door, ring my doorbell, and yell for me. Don't stand outside, you know, whispering my name saying, hey, Steve, you got a package. You know, and that's what they do. They do this a lot, and it's not just one of them. I think it's a cultural thing that they don't want to bother people in their homes. And people have to realize that it's okay to bother people when you got a package. So if you're hearing this, guys, and you're a delivery guy, let me tell you, deliver your package with a loud voice and yell, knock on the door, ring the doorbell 3 or 4 times if you have to make sure people hear you, and knock on that door loud. And don't just stand outside and whisper, Paul, you got a package. You know, sometimes I'm sitting in the room and I'm like, who's that whispering outside or whatever? And I'm serious about that, because even if I'm just sitting in the house, the air conditioning drone will wash out that voice. I don't hear it. Sometimes my girlfriend will hear it, and sometimes I'll hear it, but a lot of times we don't. So the guy leaves, and maybe he'll come back later in the day or something, and I'll just catch him as I'm going out the door or whatever, or I'll catch him the next day, you know, when he's trying to deliver it. But fortunately, most of the guys that come with Lazada packages, Temu and Shopee and all those companies, what happens is those guys are really good, because if you start giving them tips and you coach them, say, listen, knock on my door, and if I'm not there, call me, here's my number, or leave it on the door like I said, and then they'll call you, and then just say, okay, the money is inside the box there, here's today's code. You change the code daily. That way there you don't have to worry about theft or anything like that, or anybody stealing from you. And remember, guys, get a camera out there so you don't have porch pirates out there stealing your packages. That's another thing you got to worry about, porch pirates. Most of the time where I live, nobody will touch your stuff, you know, because my porch hides anything sitting there. They can just put it up against the edge there or whatever. It's always in a plastic bag or whatever, so it's not going to get wrecked from the rain or whatever. The package itself might get a little wet on the outside, but it's not going to wreck what's on the inside. Remember, guys, you can always get around things here in the Philippines. but it usually takes planning, unfortunately. It's not like in the US. Things are a lot different here, unfortunately. And guys, always get these guys out of the habit of, Poe, you have a package. Tell them right away. Say, listen, when you're at my house, you can yell. You're not going to scare me. You're not going to startle me or anything. You're not going to wake me up. If you wake me up, hey, that's okay. It's a package. I got to get it. So knock on the door loud. Press the doorbell. Call my phone number. Do whatever, if I leave a note out there for you, call my phone number. You're not going to bother me. Call me. But a lot of them, for some reason, they won't. And I don't know why, but that's what they do. I see the same guys coming here, and the same guys will whisper. Today I went off on the guy a little bit. I told him, I says, dude, you really got to stop this stuff whispering out there, and you got to bang on the door and press the doorbell. That's why God made doorbells, to press. When we have a package or something like that, press the damn doorbell. That's all you got to do. It's simple, but I don't know what it is with some of these people. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show.